Hello. We live?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Mute that. The speakers. Okay, yeah. All right. Hello, everybody.
Social isolation climbing. All right, let's do this thing.
Yeah. All right. So that's Chill, and I'm Ginny. If you guys don't know, I don't know who's in the room.
Shout out if you're with us.
Yeah. All right. So what we have planned today is, it's similar in format to last week. If you were here last week, or if you watched last week's video, with like the sections. But obviously the actual exercises are going to be a little different. So
yeah, there'll always be tweaks to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll be completely different, but the format will be somewhat similar this week. Typically in our class, most people climb before the training, so they're usually nice and warmed up to some extent. I realize that, like me, none of y'all are probably warm, so we're gonna do some just really basic finger warm-ups before we start doing hangs. Do you want to tilt the thing a little bit more?
Tilt it. Down?
Up.
Up. Okay, hold on. Oh, like this?
Y'all that don't know, this is Sunny, one of our dogs.
The other one is out here.
So to start with the finger warm-ups, what we're going to do is just some squeezing in and out. So just nice and easy, squeezing in and out. Try to get to a really tight fist, and then going all the way out as far as possible.
Yeah, so you want a full extension here, and a full fist, like you're trying to squeeze into your fist.
You want to feel it in your joints and in your forearms, but just nice and controlled.
I mean, I don't know how old any of you guys are, but I definitely feel
we're
this.
We're most likely the oldest one. So.
Yeah, our joints definitely need this. And if you're just joining us, we're just warming up.
Maybe some just wrist roll circles, wrist circles.
I mean, nothing beats warming up with climbing, but this is still better than nothing. And
yeah, the first part of the class will be finger based. So, so we've done wrist circles. Let's do some really fast. So just flicking your fingers out, explosive out. And then just squeezes. So not full fist, but just the joints, just the fingers. So just the first two digits. Or the first two joints.
Yeah.
You should feel, like me, I'm feeling my forearms are getting warm.
Mine are too.
No shoulder, obviously, just forearms.
Oh, and at any time, if you have any questions, just go ahead and add to the chat, the live chat. Or if there's any like technical issues, like you can't hear us or something's frozen or who knows.
All right, and then some shoulder stuff. So just shoulder circles. So small circles.
And maybe do like 10 in one direction and 10 in the other direction.
Try to keep your arms straight and you're squeezing between the scapula. Now go the opposite direction.
Do you want us to put on the song?
So middle circle, middle size.
One of our dogs started barking. I don't know why.
Always someone at the front door. Big circles.
I need to stand up for these. I was trying to.
Going backwards always gets me.
My shoulder starts popping.
All right, so we got at least some blood flow going.
Better than nothing.
Turan saying the video is freezing on her.
Okay. Hopefully, I don't know what we can do about it, but
Yeah, just let us know if it continues to do that. We are using our upstairs Wi-Fi, which
should be better.
should be better, but we'll just let us know if we're not sure if it's our
anyone
side or
else
your
is
side.
seeing the same thing, then let us know.
Okay, so obviously it's still not got you all the way warm, but our first things will be hanging on the hangboard. But for the first round or two, just take it easy. We're still going to do the exact same workout, but if you have a hangboard like ours, you have different sizes.
Yeah, go for like a larger size.
The only thing we would like is try not to use the jug unless you just absolutely have to. We would prefer you to be on an edge. And if that's too hard, then it would still be better to stay on that edge and put your feet up on something like a crate or a box of some sort.
Yeah.
Because you want to be on an edge. A jug isn't going to get your fingers.
Yeah, we'd much rather you use an edge with assistance versus using a jug with no assistance.
Okay.
If you have so if you don't have a hangboard but you have something like this, you could do the same thing. You'd obviously only be able to do one hand at a time, and you would need to be able to add weight. But you can do the same workout with the edge like this, like just hanging down like this.
And like we said last week, some people have suggested door jams. I build homes, and so I caution that because that's actually not all that strong and could very much break. I personally have hung on them in the past, but not all of them are created equal, and so just be cautious. If you feel it flexing or pulling, it's better not to unless you just cannot figure another way or you just have some kind of safety measure in case it blows off the door.
Yeah. Another option is you could do like a grocery bag or stick with any bag with handles. That would work too. If you don't have any.
Last week we did 7 on, 3 out, 3 seconds off, and we did that 6 times in a row. We're going to do something similar. It's going to be 4 seconds on, then 5 seconds off, 6 seconds on, 5 seconds off, 8 seconds on, 5 seconds off, 10 seconds on, 5 seconds off, 12 seconds on, 5 seconds off, and then back down. 10, 8, 6, 5, 4.
So it's 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 10, 8, 6.
And obviously you're just going to be following along. So just listen to us, and you should be able to hear the beep. I'll probably also be counting down.
Yeah.
So because both me and Jen are doing the same thing, you can either join one of us to begin with, or I'm going to go first, and then you could join Jen if you wanted to.
Or if you're doing like one hand at a time, you'd obviously do one hand with him and one hand with me.
That's right. And there's 3 minutes break between
the
reps.
reps.
So.
Yeah, there are sets. I guess.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start. Like I said, first round, don't kill yourself on doing super hard edge.
Plus, this is going to get really tiring, so you definitely want to.
So starting 5 seconds. 2,
1.
So this is 4 seconds
4
on.
second hang. 2, 1. 5 second break. 2, 1. 6 second hang. 2, 1. Break. 3, 2, 1. 8 second hang. 2, 1. Break. 2, 1. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Break.
So this could be the longest one.
Coming up. 2, 1. 12 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Break.
Now back
3,
down.
2, 1. 10 seconds. 2, 1. Break. 2, 1. 8 seconds. So they're going back down now, but you should be pretty tired. 2, 1, or at least getting more tired. This is like still a warm-up round, so don't kill yourself. 2, 1, 6 seconds. 2, 1, break.
Last one.
A nice 4-second hang. And go. And break.
Activity completed.
If you can hear the beep, try to go off of the beep rather than cheat.
So round 2,
Two.
second group, if you're with Ginny, follow her. And if you're doing one of the blocks, switch hands. Starting in 4, 3, 2, 1, hang. Break. 2, 1, hang. Break. 2, 1, hang. And break. And go. Two, 1, hang. This is the longest one. Two, break. 2, 1, hang. Break. 2, 1, hang. You're on 8 seconds now. And break. 2, 1, hang. 6 seconds. Break. Last one. And hang.
Activity completed.
So we've still got 70 seconds before first group goes
A
again.
little pumpy. Pumpy.
Yeah, so it's going to be the next round. Your fingers should be pretty warmed up now. You can,
I wouldn't go like your absolute max second
No.
round, but you can definitely try to. I mean, everyone warms up a little differently at different speeds. So
important thing is just listen to your joints, your
Yeah.
fingers. You know, you want to be working hard, but you don't want to have any sharp pains.
The next break, we should go over the hand positions just again.
Okay.
Or you can do it while I'm hanging. All right, my forearms are a little pumped.
So if you started with me, then we're going to get started in about 10 seconds. 10 seconds. 5,
3, 2, 1, hang. Break. 2, 1, hang. That's a lot. Break. 2, 1, hang. Break. 2, 1, hang. Break. The longest one coming up. 2, 1, hang. Break. Try to deep pump. I'm gonna go next. Break. 2, 1, 8 seconds. 2, 1. Hang. 6 seconds. Only 2 more left for you guys. Break. 3, 2, 1, and hang. Nice short little hang.
Activity completed.
All right, my turn.
Should be burning after that one.
You want to go over the hand positions?
Yeah, so if you've taken our class, you've heard this a billion times. But there's 3 hand positions. Jen's starting now, so follow along. So there's open hand. True full open hand would probably actually be with your pinky up because you want your fingers to be as straight as possible. But still considered open hand. Just get your pinky in a good spot. Half crimp. Usually your thumb gets close to your first finger. Ideally, you're still not pressing on your finger, but you're at that where your thumb is up by it. And then full crimp would be all the way at the top. We don't do this on a hangboard or campus board. It's dangerous. It's a good way to hurt one of your pulleys. So right now Jen's doing open hand, and that's all we'll be doing the vast majority of the time. Occasionally we'll do half crimp, but not often. Ten seconds on this. On your way back down on 8 seconds. 2 more.
How they go down now?
6. Yeah. Also notice that she's pulling slightly into her shoulders. You don't want to do a complete and utter dead hang. You want to pull a little bit into your shoulders.
Activity completed.
Yeah. So what he means by that is like instead of hanging like this, you want to kind of hang like this. So you pull into your scapula a little bit. If you're familiar with scapular pull-ups, that's what that is. Still pumped. Basically, if your armpits or your biceps are like, I know something. That's how I think about it, at least.
Okay, we're going to be starting the next round in 30 seconds. This is our other dog, Luna. So they're both here. The cat's still
She
downstairs.
doesn't lick as much, so she gets in your face.
Is it working any better for you two, Ann?
Ah! Okay, dogs. Calm down. Down.
All right. Round 3. Starting in 10 seconds.
Down. Luna. Sun down.
5,
Down.
2,
Down. Go.
2, 1, and
No. All right.
break.
Go.
2, 1,
Luna.
hang. We're on 8 seconds now. Break. 2, 1, hang. 10 seconds.
Just couldn't calm down. How it came out.
Break. About to do the long one. 2, hang.
Sorry, Chan. About it freezing. If it's freezing
Break.
for everyone, maybe after
And
this,
go.
I'll try to maybe switch up Wi-Fi networks or something, see if it gets better. Maybe. I don't know if that'll work or not. I don't know how that'll mess with the stream.
Going to 8 seconds.
Where's that?
6 seconds.
Oh.
Last one.
Activity completed.
9 times.
Yeah, that one was really hard.
So I'm gonna go in 10 seconds.
Starting in 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, look, that one's so nice. Short.
Yep. Starts easy and then it gets really hard once it gets to 12 seconds. Hardest one, 12 seconds. Good, on the way back down. 10 seconds.
Ooh, 3 more.
Yep. 8 seconds. Last one for Jen. For crimp size, really it should be, for me, when I get to the 12-second one, so the top of the pyramid, it starts to get pretty hard. So if you're getting through all the way up and down the pyramid and you're still good to go, you could do, a handful more hangs, then go smaller.
But you still want to make it, for this is a pyramid, I would say you still want to make it to like through most of it. Like if you can, you definitely want to get through the 10, 12, 10, and 8. And if you start like slipping or failing on the 6 and the 4, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we're going into the last 4th round.
Yeah.
So, each one, like I'm probably not going to make it all the way through this one.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's what you want. You want to get to a burnout where the last round is really hard. But, for me, I'm actually staying on the 20 millimeter the whole time. So I never got on a smaller edge even from the beginning. So,
and you can like always move to a bigger edge in the middle. You're going to fail.
Right. You've got a 5-second break. You can switch over.
Yeah.
And even for me, I probably wouldn't go down to 15 or even 10. What I would probably do is add a weight vest and stay on the 20.
But that's also personal preference.
Right. Right. You could easily go, to 15 or a 10 if you really desire that. It's really, like you said, preference. All right. It's past time, so last round. Starting in 10 seconds. 3.
Yeah, just
Go.
you can always if you're gonna fail, put like a foot down or get a foot assistance.
2.
That's fine too. If you're truly burned out, I find that even if you move to a bigger edge or even use feet, it still doesn't help much because you're already like so burned
Go.
out
8 seconds.
that, yeah, and that's a fine place to be as long as you're not getting, like I said, sharp pains in your tendons or anything. But if it's all like this forearm burning,
Going to 10
then
seconds.
that's a good thing.
Go. Right. Long one. Go.
And try to kind of find a happy place. It'll help you push a little more if you can do that,
Back down 10 seconds. Go.
which I know sounds very zen, but it's true.
Ah. 8 seconds.
3 more hangs. Right. 6 seconds. We'll have 2 more. Your arms will be very happy that you're done.
Activity completed.
Sounds.
All right, Jen's up.
Shocking up. I know what's about to happen. 2, 1. Break. And 12 seconds coming up. Man.
Last long one for you guys.
Ten seconds coming up. Oh, 3 more hands.
3 more. 8.
Oh,
6. Almost done. 1 more.
and it's the shortest one.
Go.
Activity
Good.
completed.
Woo, burn time.
So that's the end of the finger portion of this class.
It's burning. It's burning.
One thing about finger workouts, like if you wanted to do this or something like this again, if you're kind of new to the hangboard or not doing a lot, you wouldn't want to do the same workout tomorrow. You usually want to have at least 1 day of rest. So you could do it again on Wednesday if you wanted to, or
Yeah.
Thursday, but
I
you
mean-
wouldn't want to do back to back on this.
Yeah.
If you do these a lot, if you're doing finger workouts quite a bit, then back to back is okay sometime. You still
It's
don't want to
still-
overload,
yeah.
but like even Training Beta does back to back occasionally. They
Yeah.
do because Mark did it. When,
But even
anyways,
if that was different. Usually, you want to, if like you do want to have a rest day in between. If you're just starting out, I would actually put more than 1 day rest if it's like you're really new to it, because you want to make sure you ease into it really slowly. It's more important to do that than to try to like jump in really fast.
okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is back. So this is going to be a strengthening in your lats and your back.
So like pulling type thing. So, so he's gonna use the jug part
Yeah, this is not a finger-based thing, so you want to be on the biggest thing. If you have a pull bar, that's
I'm going to
perfect
be
too.
doing a modification on, we didn't, can you do that now?
You guys talk.
You didn't make, sorry, the equipment thing. So I was going to do that. If this isn't going to work, then I might not do this, but then I'll just talk you through it. But I'll explain what we're going to do though, at least while he figures this out. So we're going to do typewriter pull-ups. Ideally, you would have, in an ideal world, you would have like a nice wide pull-up bar where you can adjust, like go really wide. I mean, if you wanted to. For this, we have the same board. So what it is, where typewriters are basically when you do a pull-up, where you kind of pull to one side. And the ultimate goal is to get, however wide you are, to get your chin basically over your fist. So you're pulling up. So just regular straight typewriters, you kind of usually people kind of go back and forth. What we do, not gonna work? All right. Well, I guess I won't be doing them. Or I might try something with you, I don't know. But what we're gonna be doing is like a lock-off typewriter exercise. So what it is there's gonna be.
I'll just demonstrate it. So there's gonna be 3 different areas, and you're gonna hear beeps just like you did in the relaxed exercise. So the first one, you're in pull up, you're gonna hold it for 6 seconds, you're gonna hear a beep. You go all the way back down, and then you're gonna go to the right, you hear a beep, you're gonna go all the way back down, and then all the way back up to the left. So you're gonna go up, right, left, up, right, left, and then finish with an up. So, again, if that's super hard, then again, find something you can put your feet on. If you put a chair in front of you, or put any kind of block to kind of take some weight off. Another option is bands. If you have those, you can loop those over there, put your feet on it, take some assistance off of it. If it's too easy, obviously you can put a weight vest on and add some weight.
All right, so what I'm going to do instead, if you guys, if
Are we doing them at the same time?
Yeah, because I haven't set the timer up.
Is there any way you cannot be directly in front of me?
I can do it this way, but I need to move this. Yeah, I can go this way. So what I'm going to be doing is just one arm rows, and I'm just going to alternate arms. Our one arm row lock-offs. I'll just do them, and then if you have like a TRX setup or suspension trainer, or if you have just like one thing to pull on, then you can try these.
Which one is it?
Let's see. And so the timer is set up for 6-second intervals. You can just listen for the beep to know, and what he's saying to know what position to be in.
Yeah, starting in 10 seconds. Starting in 3, 2, 1. So pull up, stay at the top. Down, upright. Down, up left. Down, middle. Down, upright. Down, up left. Down, middle.
All right, that's set one.
Yep. Obviously, they're pretty hard. Couple notes on each one of them, specifically the middle one. If you pull up, you want to be pulling into your chest as much as you can, because the more you do that is the more you're going to be squeezing your shoulder blades into your back. And by doing that, you'll be protecting your elbows and your shoulder more. For years, I didn't necessarily do that much, and I would get a lot of tendonitis, kind of funkiness in my elbow. So it definitely helps me to just pull and squeeze, because it gets you in a better position.
might change up what I'm doing. I might just do normal row walk-offs, maybe.
Another reason why we do these kinds of workouts versus just straight pull-ups is in climbing, most of the time you're going to be in some kind of locked position. And so these pauses that you do in different areas are what going to make a big difference when you're climbing.
If you have a legit TRX, so we have like this knockoff TRX, but if you have a legit one, it won't do this thing that ours does. But you could do this exercise by pulling up and then pulling out. This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah, there's plenty of modifications.
So like you lock up here, and obviously the middle one you'd still pull up the middle. The other one you could pull up and then push out, pull up, push out, and so you'd hold this. And you can do it without feet or with feet, like you can do it with feet like me and turn into like a rose thing. So people are talking. I'm gonna read your chats. So someone's asking if they're having freezing issues. It might help to know the reps in the set and the timing. So it's 6-second intervals, and there are 7 intervals. The first one is the middle. The second and third are a side and side, and then
You go through
the
that
fourth
again.
and the fourth one is the middle. 5th and 6th are side and side, and then you end on a middle. So it's 7 total intervals. Middle, side, side, middle, side, side, middle.
And we're saying 6 seconds, but you're not really in one position for 6 seconds because there is a transition.
Oh yeah, and then you're doing a pull-up. You're going down and then up,
Yeah.
right? So this is not also, you're not just going like this.
You're not just
pull
doing
up in
traditional
between.
typewriters are doing this kind of
Yeah.
motion back and forth. We're doing a pull up in between, which makes them quite a bit harder.
Yeah. So it's pulling and locking off and just plain getting really, really tired. So hope that helps.
Yeah, we'll be doing 4 total of these. We've done 1. Second one's coming up.
So as far as what is more important, so if you want to work on pulling, you can let's say towards the end you start failing and you're not able to pull up all the way, and you're like here, but you start getting here and here. I think that's fine. And then obviously, like if you want to work more on pulling, then this has a lot of pull-ups in there too. So there's 7 rounds. There's going to be pull-ups in between.
For this specific workout, it's more important to lock than it is to do the pull-ups. So if the pull-up in between is really hard, for me, I think I would go to middle. And then when you hear the beep, just go to do a regular typewriter, go to side, middle, side, middle, side, middle, side, middle. That's perfectly fine. That's in itself going to be really super hard too. So what it's going to end up looking like probably is you're going to start here, you'll go side, you'll go back to middle, you'll do side, you go back to middle. And by, halfway, you're already at 90s. That's fine. Just the key is with your backs, much more than your fingers, you can fight since you've got those big muscles that are, you're basically kind of beating them up, tearing them up so they'll rebuild stronger. So that squeezing, that fighting, that shaking that you're feeling is perfectly normal, and that's what you want to go for. So yeah, even if you're here and you're just kind of going back to back, that's fine. It's more important to be just fighting that all the way.
And if you're like caught in the middle of a pull-up and you can't get all the way up because it's really hard, you can always like stick a foot on and just get up there. Kick, you can do a little jumpy thing. Like if you just know you're not going to be able to do the full pull-up and you just find yourself in that situation.
Yeah, but yeah, just to reiterate, the key is to be fighting against gravity, doing a lockup more than anything else.
And so I'll show you the app I'm using is called Interval Timer. It's a really creative name, right? I'm sure there are a lot of interval timers. Okay, but he's going to start, and then I'll keep explaining.
But you're doing it at the same time.
Oh, you're doing
so we'll explain.
I will explain.
Starting in 5, 2, 1, middle. Down, up, left. So left. Down, right. Down, middle. Down, left. Down, right. Down, middle. Good, great.
Tired. All right. All right. So to continue the thing, the app I use is called Interval Timer. There are a lot of other apps out there I know. I chose this one particularly because it was free. I know Seconds is really popular, but I think there's a paid version of that. But basically, I like this one because you can save timers. So like this particular timer, I named it typewriters / Frenchies. And it's just set always, on the 6-second interval. And so it's a common workout we do a lot. So I don't have to re-enter in those intervals every time we do it. And like when we did the pyramids earlier, like that was really nice to have it just set up rather than trying to like having to count to yourself or like that sort of thing. So I definitely highly recommend getting, especially if you're doing repeater type hangboard workouts, of getting an app because it just beats trying to like count because
you'll never be that accurate,
no.
And then it's easy to just either go too long or too short.
Yeah.
Like it's just very difficult to really manage it. And as you get tired, more and more tired, the faster you go. You really need something that's more of a metronome that's really setting the time.
Yeah, it's consistent. You're not cheating even if you're subconsciously cheating. All right.
I like it because honestly, I typically count slow. So it's actually better for me.
Yeah.
Well, until I get really tired and then.
Yeah, same here. I definitely count
to
slow and then, although like I still count to myself when I do this because I try to count like super zen and slow and that helps to a certain extent. So if you count to like 6 when it's 12 seconds, it like makes you feel better that, oh, it's only 6 seconds or anyway.
So we have 2 more of these. So we're halfway done with these. We've got the next round starting in about 60 seconds. And obviously each round is going to be substantially harder. So if you need to make any adaptations to get through the majority of each round, then do what you need to do.
Yeah, like adding a resistance band. Like when we do this class at Crux, that's really common is like a lot of our class uses resistance bands to get through these. So everyone's home setup is going to be a little different.
Yeah,
so.
If you're super tech, you'd have a counterweight system, which we have set up, but
That's true.
we're definitely making the assumption that that is not common.
Yeah.
All right, round 3. Starting in 10 seconds. This time we're going to be starting again middle and then to the right. 3, 2, 1, middle. Down, right. Down, left. Down, middle. Down, right. Down, left. Down, middle. Great. Harder and harder and harder. Yeah, as you'll notice, I didn't get all the way to the top on my sides and definitely not in the middle at the end. So that's normal. Just keep fighting, pulling all you can.
Yeah. We'd rather be hard and easy. Because if it's easy, then it's not really training.
Yeah. If it was easy, everyone would be really strong.
Yeah.
What fun would that be?
All right.
Hope everyone's doing good with these dreary days. We got a lot coming up. Might make it a little easier though, I guess, with it being rainy. The temptation to climb outside is not an option. It's gonna be wet for the next week or so. Also, if anyone's come up with some alternatives to what we're doing,
Like creative
please share
home
them.
remedies. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure people are doing. Last week, someone was using an umbrella for the wrist rollers. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you got some ideas or thoughts about what you can do to make adaptations to still do the thing, let us know. So our last set is going to start here in about 70 seconds. And that'll be the last one of these, and then we'll move on to the last section of the class.
Yeah.
Jen's favorite, my least favorite.
Depending on if you like core or not. Most people in our class really like the core, but they don't like it while we're doing it, is what I've learned. I get like a bunch of death stares from.
Well, it's more because she says they're going to be easy, and they're never
I
easy.
never said it'd be easy. I said, but then people like the core. That's what they always say. Afterwards.
All right, 30 seconds. So this last one, we're going to be starting going up to the middle, and then to the left, and then the right.
Left first.
Well, left second, actually.
Well, of the
Right
sides.
third.
The middles are just like.
All right, last one. Starting in 10 seconds. 5, 2, 1. Top, middle. Down, left. Down, right. Middle. Left. Right. Last top. Done. That's it. That's it on those. Woo! I know, they're hard.
Alright.
They're hard.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna move you back and we'll go through
Just
each of our different little core things.
So, let me just go to the list to make sure. Oh wait. All right, I kind of remember. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so this is gonna be an all core thing.
She says that because oftentimes this last part of the class entitles a lot of like legs or
Fitness.
shoulders or
Yeah, it could be like
all general fitness, but today is a
It's just gonna be all core.
core only.
All right.
Yay.
So there's 4 exercises / stations, if you will. I'll go over each one, and then we'll do it together. So the first one is bear or plank reaches. What that means is, so I'm going to demonstrate the bear position one, and you can just try both bear or plank, see which one. I think for different people, one's going to be easier or harder than the other. So it's which one you want. So bear position, you kind of get in this tabletop, and you just cover your knee. You engage your core first.
So kind of in a cow
Yeah.
position.
Cat position, and then you
Sorry.
cover your knees. This is bear.
Note that our knees are barely off the ground.
Yeah. Like
Only,
you don't.
an
This is
inch
like
or two.
high bear. You kind of want to try to stay as low as possible, but obviously without your knees actually on the ground. So bear reaches. You're going to reach. Try to maintain this bear position while reaching forward with one arm, reaching forward with the other arm, and then you're going to go out with the leg, out with the leg. And you're going to just cycle through.
And you want your hips and body
Yeah.
core to not rotate at all.
Yeah.
So,
So
you want to
don't want to.
kind of like
You
a
don't want to
lock,
be like this.
kind of like a lock off. You want to just freeze that body
Yeah.
and keep it so it's just nothing from the hips and definitely from the core.
You want
at
to
all.
try to keep the hips level, as if you had a pole on your back, you would like stay as level as possible. With plank, be the same thing.
Yeah, I personally find plank to be a little easier on the arms out, but harder with the legs.
Yeah, and the most important thing is to try to keep this core stable and engaged the whole time. So that's the first exercise. The second one is a side plank variation or just side plank. If for some reason this just doesn't, you're not jiving with this, you can do a side plank on straight arm. So side plank, you want to keep your hips high as possible. So the variation, you're going to take a leg up and do an arch and do these heel taps in front and back while keeping your hips up the whole time.
And again, her upper body and core are frozen.
Yeah, so if this isn't jiving, just hold the side plank. You can try doing like just leg hovers. The most important part is this position.
Yeah, if you feel that you're starting to dip low or you feel
Yeah,
anything in
like
your lower
this.
back, then just try to simplify it.
You can modify the knees like this. So you could do the same thing on knees like this.
Yeah, it's much more.
Yeah. And then the last station is what I call slow scissors. So basically you want to get in a position where you're laying on your back. You're gonna, so if you're familiar with hollow position, it's similar to that, except your shoulders are staying on the ground. With the hollow body, usually your shoulders come up. So you're gonna keep your shoulders and head relaxed on the ground. You're gonna engage this core such that that space is gone. So that's similar to the hollow body. Usually there's like this kind of a space here that's there when you're laying down. So when we say, so with these slow scissors, you're gonna have your legs start straight, and then you're gonna, with this still stable, tap slowly, one heel at a time. I think to make it harder, you don't keep your legs all the way up here. You keep them like down here.
Closer to 45.
Yeah, which I'm not gonna do because I'm pregnant. But if you wanted to try that, you wanna make it easier, you can bend your knees and still do the same thing. But notice that my head and shoulders are on the ground still. Like a lot of people will tendency to try to crunch. We don't want to do that.
And we're going to be doing all these together at the same time. So,
Yeah.
So feel free to follow along. Just if you're not sure, just peek over at us and see what we're doing.
Yeah. And obviously, like I said, the form is more important. You need to take a break. Take a break. Like, don't try to like fight through for pride or whatever. Like, no one's gonna know because it's all virtual anyway. All right. So, and the timing that I have. Hold on a second. Let me find the timer. Oh wait, hold on. Let me add in a little rest. All right, so each exercise is a minute. And there's a 30-second break, a minute, gets me. 1 minute with 30-second breaks. And then after one full round, there's gonna be an additional 30 seconds. So you're gonna have a minute rest after the last one.
Okay. Let's see this thing.
All right. Oh wait, hold on.
I'm gonna go the opposite direction.
All right, we are gonna start in 10 seconds. So it's that bear reaches, bear or plank reaches. 3, 2, 1, and go. Also with these, the slower you go, the better. Going fast, try to alternate which hand goes out first, which leg goes out first, if you remember. Keep breathing. 20 seconds. Six seconds. 2, 1, break. 30-second break. Get a quick sip of water or
Now we're going to the sides.
so the side plank with the leg variation. All right, ready to start? 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and go. If you're doing the archy thing with your leg, you can play with how big the arch is. If you want. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Three, 2, 1. Break. Woo. And the other side. Same thing on the other side. That one is pretty hard. All right, 10 seconds. All right, do the other side. 2, 1. Thirty seconds. Whoa, lost balance. Fifteen seconds. Try to keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and the last one is those slow scissor kicks. Things. Can't even talk right now. I'm gonna make sure, let's see if there's any questions. Okay. All right, 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. You can use your hands to check your back position if you want. Like if you're not sure about your form, you want to check. Obviously, if you're feeling it in your lower back, then you need to modify. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. One round done.
Back to the top.
After a slightly longer break. I'm just gonna milk this break by laying on the ground for a little bit. Okay. 30 seconds. To about my face. All right, now I'm gonna get up. All right, so the first exercise is that bear or plank reaches. All right, 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Twenty seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and and the side planks variations are next. Do you remember which side you started on last first time? Try to start on the other side, but if you don't worry about it. 10 seconds. Whew. 3, 2, 1, go, and up. Twenty-five seconds. Ten seconds. 3, and break. Whew. Other side. That one is quite brutal.
I'm just doing it.
Just right up your plank.
Yeah, regular side plank.
Okay. 8 seconds. Other side plank. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1. Wait. Oh. And then the slow scissors. And back. Okay. All right, 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go.
Remember to have your neck and head relaxed.
And like the bear reaches, these are actually harder the slower you go.
Yeah, we're not doing flutter kicks. We're doing
Slow scissors.
slow scissors.
Try to keep breathing. 15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and all right.
Round 2.
And we have one more round after this.
One more at the time through.
And then we'll be done for today. Just gonna knock this rest. For those that are used to come to our class, this is 30 seconds also done. But this is more rest than we usually give, so you guys are probably really milking it now. All right. 10 seconds. Then it's those bear or plank reaches. 3, 2, 1, and go. Thirty seconds. $15 seconds. 5, 2, 1. Great.
Done with those.
Done with those.
3 more things.
Got 2 side planks and a slow scissor kick. And then we'll be done for today. Whew. All right. 8 seconds. First side plank. Leg arches if you're choosing. 1, and go. $30 seconds. 15. 5 seconds. 2, 1, break. Oh, one more side. Or another side. Other side. Swim me. 20 seconds. I don't know about you guys, but I am starting to sweat a lot. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And up. "25 seconds. "10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
Last
One more.
thing.
one more thing. 10 seconds. That's the slow scissors. Slow. 3, 2, 1, and go. "30 seconds.
Almost done. Finish strong.
"8 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we're done. I'm just gonna lay here. We made it.
We did it. Another workout done. Thanks for joining us again.
Yep.
As always, you got any questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas?
Yeah.
Something you'd like us to do, something you'd like us not to do,
Yeah. Or anything that
Hit
would
us
be
up.
helpful.
in the chat.
There are some good comments today and some good questions. So yeah, definitely don't be shy. Keep this coming. We'll take any suggestions or questions, anything like that. And yeah, we'll be definitely, as long as we can do this, we're gonna do this.
Yep.
So
Thanks again. Virtual high five.
yay! Bye guys. Yeah.